Most of us are terrified of the empty vessel. We live in a world that demands constant fullness, constant noise, constant consumption. Have you ever noticed what happens the moment the clock strikes noon? Your stomach tightens, not because it needs fuel, but because it has been trained. It is a Pavlovian bell. We have forgotten the difference between true hunger and the anxiety of being empty. For the first few hours of this experiment, your body will scream at you. It will panic, your glucose levels will drop, and your brain, addicted to the quick spark of sugar, will send out distress signals. You will feel irritable. You will feel a strange hollow fog washing over your mind. This is not starvation. This is withdrawal. You are fighting a biological rhythm that has been reinforced for decades. The body is demanding its usual distraction. But if you can sit with this discomfort, if you can observe it without reacting, something profound begins to shift. You are about to cross a threshold from the noise of the surface into the deep, quiet machinery of your own biology. Let's go inside. At around the 12-hour mark, the panic begins to subside. The easy fuel is gone. The sugar that was clouding your bloodstream has been burned away. Now, the body has no choice but to turn inward. This is where the magic happens. It is a metabolic switch, a primal mechanism that most people never activate because they never stop eating long enough to let it start. Your insulin levels drop to the floor. And in this silence, a process known as autophagy begins. The word comes from the Greek, meaning self-eating. But do not be alarmed. This is not destruction. This is renovation. Imagine a factory that never closes, never stops production, never cleans the floors. That is your body on 3 meals a day. But when you fast, the factory lines stop. The workers finally have time to look around. They identify the broken cells, the misfolded proteins, the biological debris that has been cluttering your system, and they recycle it. They turn the waste into new energy. You're not just burning fat, you're cleaning house, you're stripping away the old to make room for the efficient. This is the body's way of returning to a state of grace. The fog lifts because the static is being cleared away. You expect to feel weak. You expect to wither away as the hours tick by. But as you push past the 18-hour mark, a strange clarity takes hold. Your senses sharpen, colors seem slightly brighter, sounds become distinct. The background hum of the world fades. This is not an accident. This is ancient wiring coming online. In the wild, a hungry animal cannot afford to be tired. It cannot afford to be sluggish. It must be alert. It must be capable. It must be ready to hunt. Your body floods with noradrenaline. Simultaneously, your brain begins to release a powerful protein called BDNF. Think of it as fertilizer for your neurons. It protects your existing brain cells and stimulates the growth of new connections. You are not starving. You are optimizing. The brain fog that usually plagues your afternoon is gone. In its place is a laser-like focus. You realize that the energy you thought you got from constant snacking was actually a roller coaster, up and down, crash and burn. But here, in the void, the energy is stable. It is a cold, clean burn. You are no longer reacting to the world through a haze of digestion. You are observing it with a predator's precision. You realize that the fullness you craved was actually a sedative. And this emptiness is actually power. It is not just about the stomach. It is about the mind. We live in a dopamine-driven society, addicted to the immediate reward. Every time you feel stress, boredom, or a fleeting moment of sadness, you reach for food. It is a soothing mechanism, a way to bury the uncomfortable silence under the sensation of taste. We chew to distract ourselves from the noise in our heads. But when you eat only once a day, you remove the crutch, you strip away the anesthesia. You are forced to face the emotions you were trying to swallow. The impulse arises, strict and demanding. I want. And for the first time, you simply watch it. You do not obey. This is the most difficult part of the journey, separating the biological signal from the emotional cry. But when you succeed, you gain something far more valuable than physical health. You gain autonomy. You realize that you are not a slave to your chemistry. You are the master of the machine. The hunger becomes just a sensation, neutral and distant, like the feeling of cold or the sound of traffic outside your window. It is there, but it does not command you. You stop feeding the loop and you start feeding the soul. When the sun sets and the time finally comes to break the fast, the experience is transformed. You are not shoveling food into a bottomless pit. You're engaging in a ritual. The first bite is electric. Your taste buds, deprived of constant stimulation, are awake in a way they haven't been for years. You taste the soil in the vegetables, the sweetness in the water. Gratitude rushes in. You are no longer consuming out of boredom. You are nourishing a body that has served you well through the fast. This is the ultimate reward, not the food itself, but the control you have exerted over it. You walk through your day with a secret lightness, while the world rushes around you, frantic for its next fix, heavy with digestion. You are gliding. You are operating on a frequency of stoic calm. Eating once a day is not a punishment. It is a declaration of independence. It is a reminder that you need very little to survive, and even less to thrive. In a world of excess, the man who can say, "Enough," is the king. You have found the signal within the noise, and in that silence, you have found yourself. If this silence speaks to you, if you have felt the power of the empty vessel, tell me your story in the comments. You are not alone.